What if I told you that playing it safe is actually the biggest gamble you could possibly take? Today, we're diving into a powerful idea that pretty much turns our whole approach to life on its head: the absolute necessity of taking risks.
The source material kicks off with this incredible line. It's not a suggestion, it's a command to choose a life of action over just existing. It's a challenge, really, and it sets the stage for everything we're about to get into. But before we can even think about taking risks, we got to understand what's holding us back. See, the source material we're looking at today argues that most of us are living inside a cage, a prison built from one single powerful emotion: fear.
So here's a fascinating question for you, one that the source itself asks. Across every country, every culture, what's the one address where you can find almost anyone? Just think about it for a sec.
The answer? It's fear. The idea here is that half the world literally resides at this address. It's a place we all know, a state of being that feels so personal to us, but it's actually incredibly common. You could say it's the default setting for so many of us. And why do we stay there? Well, for that feeling of safety, of course. But the source has this powerful metaphor for it. A mouse feels perfectly safe in its little hole, right? Protected from the big, scary world. But that safety is a total illusion, because just outside, the cat is waiting. Our comfort zones are exactly the same. They feel safe, but they keep us from growing and, from actually living. And this is really the core idea. We spend all this energy avoiding risk to what? Preserve our lives? But the source asks, what's the point? I mean, think about it. The ultimate outcome is the same for every single one of us. No one gets out of this life alive. So playing it safe? Well, that's its own kind of risk, isn't it? The risk of getting to the end and realizing you never really lived at all.
Okay, so if we're all stuck in this cage we built for ourselves, how in the world do we get out? Well, lucky for us, the source material gives us the keys to our own freedom.
Now this first key, it's going to sound a little backward. It's not about learning how to win, it's about getting really, really comfortable with losing. The source is insistent on this. Before you even start, you have to accept failure as a totally normal, inevitable part of the journey. You have to be okay with it, right from the start.
And this is where that metaphor from earlier gets a brilliant twist. Remember the cat waiting outside the mouse hole? It's not just a threat. When that cat's name is failure, it becomes the only thing that can chase you out of that safe little hole and push you towards real victory.
So how do you do that? The source breaks it down into 3 simple, actionable steps. First, forget your reputation. Just let it go. Stop worrying so much about what other people think. Second, jump into the arena. Stop planning, stop overthinking, just start doing. And third, and this is a big one, accept that people might laugh at you. And you know what? Let them.
But there's also a really crucial warning here. The real danger isn't from your critics or the haters you don't know. No, the source says you need to watch out for the people who are close to you, the ones who smile at you while secretly burying your dreams. You've got to be careful who you share those big ambitions with.
All right, this brings us to the final and most important part. We understand the fear. We've got the keys to unlock the cage. Now it's time to actually walk out and step into that arena. The source frames this whole thing as a battle inside of us. It's your mind versus your heart. Your mind, it's the deceiver. It's where fear lives. And honestly, it can't take you very far. But your heart, oh, your heart is the risk taker. It sees risk not as an enemy, but as a companion. Your heart is the horse that's built for the long race.
And let's be absolutely clear on this point. You cannot logic your way into a life-changing risk. This is not a decision you make with a pros and cons list or a spreadsheet.
It is, and it always will be, the heart's business. Taking a real risk, that's an act of passion, of guts, of listening to that quiet voice inside that knows you're meant for more than just playing it safe. It's an emotional leap. And all of this boils down to one final powerful truth you have to just let sink in. Your life is yours. Nobody else has a claim on it. You didn't get this life on loan from your parents or your friends or from society. You own it, period. And because you own it, you have got to stop asking for permission to live it. Stop waiting for somebody, anybody, to tell you it's okay to go after what you want. The people who do great things don't wait for a green light. They just go. So we end up right back where we started, but now the question is for you. If the greatest risk of all is to live a safe, unfulfilled life, then what are you waiting for? The real question isn't if you should take a risk, it's which one you're going to take. So, what's it going to be?